Ivan sent a request for a video. He said that he feels alone with tinnitus. I can totally identify with you. When I had COVID starting on January 1st of 2021, I had to be in a room by myself for 3 weeks. And the first 5 nights I couldn't sleep at all. So I literally went through, how many hours is that? A lot of hours. Is that more than 100 hours of no sleep? And I was alone, and I did have someone bringing me food, but that was it. And I was terrified. I thought this was it, and it was terrible. So I'm the kind of person too where I know that I feel better when I'm able to talk to people. So I think it is telling you that you should spend more time with people. Now, it is important to be able to be by yourself and be comfortable by yourself, but it is also very normal when you're feeling a little bit, oh wow, the moon is huge on the horizon. Okay, anyway, sorry. Oh wow, oh my God, it's amazing. There's so many amazing things to look at, to think about. Sorry. But yeah, so we have a need sometimes to talk to somebody. And I don't know what your budget's like, but it's just one idea. I'll give you a couple ideas. I mean, maybe just talking to somebody online can be good. I hired a teacher, a language teacher, and they often speak English very well too. But I had a Chinese teacher, there's Spanish teachers, like there's this website, italki.com. You can hire a teacher for as little as $4 or $5 for 1 hour. That's pretty good, right? You can handle $4 or $5. And some of the other ones can be like $7, $10, even $15 for an hour. But there's some teachers. And, just something to break the cycle you're in. Because sometimes when we get some sort of a condition like tinnitus or something else, it trains us to be alone, and trains us to be afraid, and trains us to feel lonely, and to be anxious. So we have to reverse that training. And it may take a little work. Like, I don't know your situation. I mean, I know what loneliness feels like, and but you're gonna have to get out there in some way. And you can start online, but maybe there's some place where a lot of people walk outside, or maybe there's a shopping center, or maybe some dancing place, maybe. Dancing, I love dancing, so. But where you can go and just end up talking to somebody. Oh, what about meetup.com? Meetup.com, you can talk to people. But yeah, I mean, it can be very good to talk to people, and don't be afraid. I mean, to tell people, hey, I'm going through something, and I don't really know you very well, but I've been really lonely, and I just need somebody to talk to. And of course, be respectful to them. They may not have time for you, or that maybe they'll have time and say, oh, I've had trouble too, and I totally identify, and I'm happy to talk to you. So start working on it. I can't tell you that you can suddenly fix it, but I can tell you that if you work on making some human contact with other people, you'll make progress. That's how it works. Now, besides that, it is important to learn to be comfortable by yourself. And if you look at some of my previous videos, I talk a lot about just getting your mind on something besides, oh, this tinnitus is terrible, but just try to find some activities you can do, even if it is by yourself. But if you set your mind to it, there's stuff out there. There's sports. There's people that meet up for things. I know there's like free yoga classes, or yoga classes by donation. Maybe pick something stupid that you never would do and do it anyway, just because there's people there, right? Nothing wrong with that. But and you might end up making some friends that will be your lifetime friends. You know, sometimes when we're in the worst of times is when we're drawn to do something, to change. So I just invite you to take this energy you have about feeling so lonely and direct it toward finding a way to meet some people, and to also face the feeling of loneliness and say, I'm okay now. I can do this. I can get through it. But train it over and over again, whether that be changing what you're thinking about or deciding to make a list of some things you're going to do, including meeting people, whether that be online or in person, and then go do it. And don't be frustrated if you don't make progress at first. Keep trying until you get it. I just went to a fundraiser for Ukraine. I don't know but these people, they're dancers, and their families are in such big trouble right now because of the war, and all the emotion that I felt as they danced and just put their passion into dancing, because they were helping to raise money for their family in Ukraine. And I believe we probably raised $25,000 or $30,000 tonight. I put in about $140. So it's a lot of money for me, but I have some workers who work for me in Ukraine. They've worked for me for 15 years, and we just have a small company, but I wouldn't be here if it weren't for them. So I wanted to raise this issue because there's a lot of people in our life that have made a big difference to us. Sometimes it's worthy to be thankful, number one, for where we're at, and that's a way to be comfortable with ourselves, and number two, to reach out to people who have been important in our life and just tell them, hey, look, I don't know if you can help me, but would you talk to me? Would you know, whether it be a family member, an old friend, reach out to them and just say, hey, I've been going through something, and I'm sorry to trouble you, but I appreciate your help, because you're at a time where you need help. Don't be afraid to ask for it. Don't be afraid to do something about it. And this could be the transition point for a wonderful life ahead of you. And as I hope you might be starting to believe, if you watch some of my other videos, you can habituate to tinnitus. I don't know if I can fix this hair problem though. But yeah, you can habituate to tinnitus. Absolutely, you can do it. But again, you got to start planning how you're going to do it. I've given you a lot of ideas in these videos, but it does take some planning and follow through, and start right now by believing that you can do something and that you're going to be committed to finding a way. I can hear the tinnitus right now. It just kind of spiked a little bit, but I know that it'll kind of fade back into the background, and I'll be okay. So yeah, I went to a place with some music, so afterwards sometimes it'll have a little bit of a spike, unfortunately. But yeah, but I'm okay, and I'm gonna keep plugging away, and I hope you do too. You can do it. Yeah, go Ivan.